The Rundown, brought to you by The Purple Quill, the official newspaper of Elder High School.
Welcome back to The Rundown. This is the December edition of Elder High School's The Rundown, and I'm Cole Carley.
And I'm Zach Freeze.
And we got a little local sports action to talk to you about. Bengals.
Yeah, the Bengals. I mean, their season is pretty much in doubt now that they're 4-7-1. They beat the Eagles, but I mean they need a miracle to make the playoffs.
I mean, it's still possible that they need.
It's possible.
Pittsburgh and Baltimore both still have tough games left. Pittsburgh has to go to Buffalo. Baltimore has to play the New England and the Giants. I still believe.
I'm not sure.
But anyway, those two teams still have tough games. Bengals need them to both lose 3 games, and they also play each other, so it's still possible. Look at college basketball. Both Xavier and UC off to good starts. Both 7-1. UC ranked now in this week's
22nd.
poll, and Xavier's 13 after falling to Baylor. But still both have positive futures with guys coming back and stuff like that. So, key players from UC so far this season.
Well, you look at the transfer, Kyle Washington. He's been amazing, better than I expected offensively. Was huge in the game against Iowa State. And then Jacob Evans is a budding star in his sophomore year. So I look forward to his development and how the Bearcats do down the stretch going into conference play.
Xavier, on the other hand, everybody knows they got the stars of Blewett and Sumner leading the way. They got other key players, McCura, Kaiser Gates, who are filling in nice roles. But when they get Miles Davis back, the senior leader, I think they'll be a tough team to beat down the stretch. So only time will tell though when he comes back.
Yeah.
Talk about some Elder sports action. Elder basketball kicks off Friday night. Other sports, hockey already in a big stretch as they came in third in the Talawanda tournament. Off to a hot start with Ron Larkin taking the career goals record for Elder.
And bowling is also underway. I want to give a shout out to those guys. So, out on the lanes.
Yeah, bowling is doing well, and then wrestling kicking off a good season so far. Got them stars and captains of Nino Salamone and Jake Meredith, along with
Hey, don't forget about senior Connor Craig.
Connor Craig. Yeah.
Yeah.
So should be a good year for Elders winter sports. Now I got a little surprise for you. We're gonna do our own bowl predictions with our guest picker, Ross Hamilton. There's 40 bowl games this year, 41 if you count the bowl game for the FCS teams. 42 games total with the national championship. We're going to highlight a few of them here today. One I'm looking at is December 26th, St. Petersburg Bowl, Miami, Mississippi State. Miami, who has won 6 straight. What do you think they got this year?
Well, I think it's going to be a tough one for the Redhawks. 6-6 after they were started 0-6, but they're playing an SEC team this go around. Mississippi State, they've had a down year, only 5 wins, but keep an eye out for their quarterback Nick Fitzgerald. I like the Bulldogs in this game, a tight one. Awesome.
Can't deny the Redhawks 6-game win streak. I bet they pull out another 7th game. All they know how to do is win at this point. So,
Colorado, Oklahoma State in the Alamo Bowl. I mean, both teams came up short, shy of a New Year's Six Bowl. It should be a good game between two teams who came up runners-up in their conferences. How's that game going to play out?
I think that Oklahoma State is going to win the ball game. Mason Rudolph is a terrific quarterback. Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer-esque. But they lost Bedlam. But I think they'll bounce back. Their defense is shaky, but Colorado, I'm also a little leery of them after the Pac-12 championship game. So I like the Cowboys to roll on this one.
to be honest, I have no idea about either of these teams. But I will choose, was it Colorado? I'm going with Colorado. Didn't they play Washington?
Can't go wrong with that. I mean,
They played Washington.
Colorado.
They did, yeah.
All right. Well, I think they had a bad loss to Washington, and they're going to bounce back after that because they're really that's not sitting well with them.
Yeah.
So Colorado's going to win that game.
At the New Year's Six Bowl games, the first one being the Orange Bowl, you got Michigan versus Florida State. I'm saying the Wolverines. pretty much handled the Florida State Seminoles. But what do you guys think?
I agree. I think Michigan, they're going to be a little heated after not making the playoff. I think you can never worry about this team not being motivated. Harbaugh will get them ready to play, and I think they'll beat Florida State fairly handily.
Oh yeah, Michigan's gonna whoop on them. They're very kind of a little salt in the wound after that Ohio State loss and not getting in the college football playoffs. So they're gonna take care of business.
Then we come down to the next non-semifinal game, which would be Western Michigan versus Wisconsin in the Cotton Bowl. My pick, I'm saying row the boat. Wisconsin to get upset. Team that went 13-0, they're pissed because they didn't get as much recognition as they did. They're gonna go 14-0. Western Michigan.
I like PJ Fleck a lot. I think his energy is great, but I just think Wisconsin's got a little bit too much for the Broncos. They haven't seen a team like Wisconsin this year, so Wisconsin's not a great team, but I just think they'll just overpower them a little bit too much. So I like the Badgers.
Wisconsin's been Western Michigan. Believe it or not, Western Michigan's gonna win this game. No, Wisconsin. Yeah, believe it, because Wisconsin's winning that game. Because I watched Western Michigan play against the Ohio University Bobcats, and they did not take care of business, being undefeated. They only won 29-23.
Whoa.
So, and OU, they barely even made the MAC championship. It should have been Miami, but OU barely beat whoever, like Toledo or Akron. I forget which team. But yeah, it should have been Miami, and they would have beat it.
The next New Year's Six game, big Rose Bowl game against between two of the hottest teams in the country. You got Penn State, who just won the Big Ten title, pretty pissed because they got left out of the Final Four. And USC, who's probably the other hottest team in the country, going in with consecutive wins over big-time teams. So, who wins that big game?
Yeah, I think it's going to be USC winning this game. Sam Darnold, their quarterback, has just been the difference after a slow start when they played Max Brown. USC, they're on fire. They beat Washington, and I like Penn State too, but I just haven't been completely sold on them even after winning the Big Ten championship. So USC is going to win the granddaddy of them all. Tight game.
Yeah, it kind of concerns me how Penn State did everything necessary to get into the college football playoff if they didn't. They did lose to Michigan, but they do. The committee definitely has to reevaluate what a conference championship means to them. But that's just an aside by me. But I would like to say Penn State would come out and win because they're going to be angry, but I think they might be demoralized from their exclusion from the playoffs. So I think USC is going to take care of them.
The next game, Sugar Bowl game, Auburn versus Oklahoma. Auburn's kind of had their lumps at the end of the year here, but Oklahoma's been playing pretty hot since losing to Ohio State and Houston. So, you think they take care of business and finish the year off strong?
I think Oklahoma is going to throttle Auburn in this game. Auburn, they can't move the ball. Yeah, their defense is pretty good, but Baker Mayfield and D.D. Westbrook all day. I think they're gonna dominate the football game. That's just me. Oklahoma big.
Yeah, Oklahoma. You said it.
Now we get to the semifinals. You got first semifinal game at 3 o'clock on New Year's Eve in Atlanta, the Peach Bowl. You got Alabama versus Washington.
You never know, but I just think Bama, what they did in the SEC this year, they were so dominant. The defense is really just unbelievable. Washington, I respect them, and I think it'll be a little bit closer than people think, but I still like Bama by a couple touchdowns in this game.
Yeah, Washington did what they needed to do to get in, beating Colorado pretty roughly, but no, it's Alabama. Like anything can happen, like Freeze said, but Alabama's they're too big for them. They're too good. I said they definitely handled this one.
Then you got the Fiesta Bowl at 7 o'clock that night, and you got Ohio State versus Clemson.
I think Ohio State's going to win the game. Clemson's had some, a little shaky games. Well, Ohio State has too, but I just think Ohio State's defense, their secondary, is going to make it rough for Deshaun Watson. Although they can't really, they've had problems moving the ball with Barrett. I think they're going to find a way to, score some points. I think their defense will take care of the rest. I like Ohio State. Pretty close game.
I'm a big Ohio State fan, but watching the Michigan game, I'm a little worried about this game, simply because Ohio State really couldn't do anything against Michigan until the end. So my instincts, being an Ohio State fan, my instincts tell me that they're going to win big, but obviously that's not the case. I bet they're losing majority of the game and somehow find a way to pull it out.
I would say the one question mark in this game has to be Deshaun Watson. He could be the difference maker if Clemson has a chance. I mean, he could be one of those Heisman Trophy candidates that just refuses to lose. You saw it last year. He drew.
I think that the Saban dynasty continues. I know it's a chalk pick, but Alabama, you look at them, they've been dominant all year long, and the way they score, they seem to score a defensive touchdown every game. So I think it's going to be a pretty good game between them and Ohio State, but Bama, I just think they're going to win the title.
Yeah. Alabama versus Ohio State. Alabama's going to take care of them. Not like manhandle, but good, at least like a 14-point win.
Well, there you have it, our bowl picks this year. For the rest of the bowl games, to see our full bowl game picks, just look at the article itself. We'll have all our picks on that site. And from the rundown, Phil Carley,
Zach Freeze,
Ross Hamilton.
and thanks for watching this December.